Woke up this morning. I've known for a long now. For those who know, I do a wrestling podcast, Ostrich TV, every Thursday. Um, there you go. There's that. Boom.
Oh,
Anyway, uh, we talk a lot of stuff that goes in the ring, outside the ring. One of the things we've also known is that WWE has been shopping for a new network to air their Monday show, and it had been talked. Amazon was interested, Disney was interested, NBC was interested. They've moved SmackDown to the USA Network, which was their home for Monday Night Raw. They've also moved their NXT show to the CW, which also now has the NWA on there too. So for those, the CW is really getting into the wrestling game now. And they used to be back into it back when SmackDown was there for a while, but now they've changed some things up. Well, it was broke today that two bits of news. Starting in 2025, in January, WWE Raw will be on Netflix, streaming live. Now, this deal, I've been reading more on this. 10 years, $5 billion.
whew.
Now, what will that mean for Netflix subscription rates? I don't know. What will that mean for because
They already charging like 20 something bucks. It goes any higher, I can't do it.
Right. Well, I know that Netflix is trying to get into the streaming sports business, and TKO that owns WWE now, which also runs UFC as well, they're wanting to put their stuff on there as well. So this is a win-win for damn near both companies because they're getting main viewership to wrestling and MMA type stuff, and they're also getting into pro sports as well. But also, as cool of a deal as that is for WWE, you know what? Hey, I grew up watching them on the USA Network every Monday night, primetime wrestling with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. Came over to Monday Night Raw. They started that. They went over to TNN for a little bit. Then that became Spike TV, and then they came back to the USA Network. But so to lose Raw on the USA Network, it's a bummer. But then you're talking streaming, and you're talking able to go back and watch it whenever you want to watch it. That's the world we live in these days, which,
That would have been nice years ago because I remember when I was super into wrestling. Like I used to hate if I had to work or something and I missed a show, and then the next show you don't understand what the hell's going on because you miss
you miss it's a soap opera, right? If you miss a part of the story, then you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
Well, but also we're familiar with the name Dwayne Johnson, right?
I would hope so.
Yes. Did you know that when he does appearances outside the WWE, he cannot use the name The Rock because Titan Sports or WWE or Vince McMahon own the name, the trademark The Rock? Not anymore. Because he is now a board of directors member of TKO. In a sense, he's now Triple H's boss. And he now has full ownership of his own wrestling name. So if he wants to be just The Rock now, he can do that if he wanted to. I know he had a lot of bad publicity coming from the DC moment there with the Black Adam and what happened with how that whole thing kind of spiraled out of control. And
I like the Black Adam.
Yeah,
I guess I was the only one.
I dug the movie too. I mean, I wouldn't have owned it, but I mean, it was like watching Blue Beetle. I enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't own it, but it was a good movie.
Oh, I own it. I bought it. I liked it.
Yeah. So, but clearly, I mean, this could be also an image rehaul for him because him and Oprah got into some sort of big thing about trying.
Well, that was just stupid. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah. So there's a major image rehaul that he's going over right now, and again, not that his movies are drawing a whole lot of money these days, but the name and everything he stands for means a lot more to those. He showed up on ESPN and was a part of the game day live thing for when they were over in Colorado for Deion Sanders thing. And then he went from that right to Monday Night Raw to be a part of that, or SmackDown to be a part of that show. So, he's still a name in that industry. and he's having the legacy of his grandfather and his dad, now him, and the fact that he even says it sucked because the Soul Man Rocky Johnson, he can never own the name the Soul Man. The High Chief Peter Maivia can never own the name the High Chief, but for him to be able to own the name The Rock means a whole lot to him. So I think that's a win-win for everybody who's involved. Once again, it doesn't hurt anybody that he actually owns his own name. $5 billion for Monday Night Raw. That's incredible. Now, I don't know how they're going to do commercials.
And think about those reparations are $14 trillion.
Yeah. Let's see which one's going to get done first, okay? Because once again, I think Disney had like $250 million laid out for them. USA was paying like...
Yeah, but Disney ruins everything it touches lately, so that's probably why they didn't go with that.
So. Maybe so. But
Disney's the new Bud Light. They're struggling right now.
It's amazing because of Bud Light. All their beer comes out of the same companies that make all the other beers. So it's like, the fact that you're shitting on Bud Light, you're kind of shitting on every other beer as well.
People took it seriously. I was working at a bar and people were not purchasing any Anheuser-Busch products.
No, so
they were boycotting all of them.
Beer,
not just Bud Light, like all of them. Like they were taking it seriously. And I was talking to like when the guys would come to restock, the beer guys, they'd be like, yeah, our sales on Bud Light have dropped like 40%. Like it was ridiculous. Like people took that shit seriously.
But
I think it was a stupid move by them. But I don't like Bud Light's always tasted like ass anyway. So.
But this is a huge deal for WWE. It's a huge deal for Netflix.
Now Netflix, I'm watching you because I'm still upset about the making a murderer thing. So don't screw over WWE, okay, and start making it woke and weird, or I'll be really upset. Because you have a bad habit sometimes, Netflix, of leaving a lot of stuff out and twisting shit. So I'm watching you.
There we go. She has her woke sensor on. Watch out. So
I just hate when they take something really good and then they put stupid shit in it. You're like, really? But why don't fix what isn't broken?
Right. Well, I mean, they still have really good programming on Netflix. I've been wanting to tune in over to Apple TV though. I don't have it right now, but I had it for a while. But they have a new movie coming out that's got the kid who played Elvis, Austin Butler. He's like a World War II airline, a pilot in the army or whatever. Mm. And the trailer looks awesome. I mean, it's almost like a Saving Private Ryan type feel to it. So I almost want to watch that and just subscribe to Apple TV for like 1 month so I can watch it. But they got good programming over there too. Once again, all these streaming services got excellent programming. The major ones, obviously. If you have Roku, TV.
Netflix has all my favorite rom-coms, but.
Okay, which one's your favorite?
Favorite rom-com?
Yeah.
The To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy.
Okay.
I bought the books because after watching that, I was like, oh, I just love the characters. They're cute.
I think Netflix has that series, Virgin River, which was loosely based off some novels, but they branched off to a TV show. And it's been on for like 5 or 6 years now. It's a really good show. It's very, very clean. It's not dirty at all. And once it's good, it's innocent TV watching really. But it's got a really good story and it lingers every season. So
have you watched any more of the Candace Owens thing?
I've not been home. I've had concerts all weekend, so I've missed out on all that. But I
can't wait. We're gonna have to talk about that after you're done with it, because
most definitely.
You'll be just as mad at Netflix as I was. I felt hurt.
See, I wouldn't say I'd be hurt over it because I know that when documentaries are made, certain things are left out. Look, going back into the wrestling thing, there's a series on Vice TV called Dark Side of the Ring. They look at one side of the story. They never look at the entire thing. And their story. I mean, once again, they're really good. They're really good documentary people who can do that stuff, but they're not telling you everything. Like their first couple episodes, one of them was the Montreal screw job. Well, if you already know about the damn thing from the Bret Hart documentary that he made to all the things that have been said about the entire screw job, they didn't add anything. You just reposted something we've already known about. Same thing, if you're familiar with the Von Erich story, they did one on them not too long ago. That helped me out because I didn't know much about the Von Erichs really. I was in Texas my whole life. Then the movie really helped me out as well. So clearly, a lot of documentaries like to leave stuff out, but also can really tear into some real issues there with people that are involved. Case in point, legendary announcer Jim Ross, him and Ric Flair work for the same company, AEW. They don't talk to each other because of a Dark Side of the Ring show, because of what Jim Ross said about Ric Flair. Because it was the plane ride from hell, or when Flair was like swinging his all over the place and taking his robe off and doing his whole thing and just being Ric Flair. And just,
I love JR though.
Yeah, I love JR too. And I hate that. I watch him. I see his health deteriorating so bad. And I'm like, I hate that for him. But
what about Jerry the King? Were you
Yeah.
Were you watching when I was actually watching the episode where he had that heart attack during the show?
I remember that, and it was so sad to see. I'm glad he's doing okay. I know he's not 100%. He had a stroke not too long ago, but he's starting to come around. He's got the gray hair now, which is weird seeing, but and the white beard. But
his character would not survive in today's woke society because he was such a
funny.
Outspoken about women, I guess is the best way to put it.
Puppies. Yeah, he did all of that. Yeah.